Hello. Let us start. So next is are you able to see the screen? Hello, Nikhil Das.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me continue. So we have reached up to this point I2 equal to 15 minus 5, 0, 50, 0. That is I2 value. That is for simple calculation. Actually, there is no need to find out I2 because in our question you are asked to find the current through the 5 ohm resistance. To find the current through the 5 ohm resistance, you can use the equation I1 minus I3. That means I1 and I3 you need to find. Okay. So next I1 we have found out, and next I3. How can you find I3? You can see here that 5002. So its determinant should be evaluated divided by determinant of the coefficient matrix. That is minus 45, determinant of the coefficient matrix. So that you can simply calculate, substitute it here. So first of all, you have to, before going to the Cramer's rule, you have to find the determinant of the coefficient matrix. So you can apply at the denominator side. Okay. Minus 45, you can directly write it here. Okay. So next you have to find the determinant of this matrix. So you can proceed in the simple manner. 15 into determinant 12, 0, 1, 2 minus minus 10 determinant minus 5, 12, 0, 1. Okay. That is equal to minus 690 by minus 45. That is equal to 15.33 ampere. Okay. That is I3. Okay. So I1 you got the value 20 ampere. I2 is 17.33 ampere. Next I3 is equal to 15.33. You can do the calculation and ensure that whether you are getting the same value or not. Okay. I3 is equal to minus 690 by minus 45. So you can do it. So once you are getting the value I3, you can find the current through the 5 ohm resistor. That is equal to current I 5 ohm equal to I1 minus I3. So I1 equal to 20 and I3 equal to 15.33. Okay. I1 equal to 20, I3 equal to, you can substitute, that is equal to 4.77 ampere. Should do it and verify that whether you are getting the same answer. 4.77 ampere will be flowing through 5 ohm resistance. ധ്യാൻ ഫാത്തിമത്ത് നദാ Anas, are you getting the answer? Anas is there? Are you getting the answer, Anas? You can unmute your mic. You can unmute your mic. Okay, you do take your time and do it. Okay. Anugrah,
Yes,
you got the answer?
4.1.
4.1. You are getting the answer like a 4.1. Let me check. And it is 4.77. It is somewhat similar to 4.77. It's okay. Your answer is correct. What about other students? Ashwant? Ashwant is not there. Okay, unmute your mic. Okay, are you getting the answer?
പക്ഷെ ഞാൻ ഇപ്പൊ കേറി വാടാ ഞാൻ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ കാണാൻ കണ്ടില്ല.
Okay. So we are proceeding from the previous hour. So in the previous hour we were here. You can see here we were here in the previous hour. So we have done up to this point. Now these all are simple mathematical calculations. You can do it with the calculator. Simply you can put matrix form in the calculator and you will get the answer. Okay, so it is easier for you. So this is I3. Okay, and I1 equal to I1 minus I3. So you are getting 4.77 ampere. See, you can note down the final values like I3 equal to 15.33, I1 equal to 20 ampere, I2 equal to 17.33, I3 equal to 15.33. Like that, you can note it on your notebook, and you can verify whether you are getting the same value or not. Okay, let us move to the next problem. Okay. Okay, I think everybody got the answer. Let us move to the next problem. See, up to this point we have covered mesh analysis and super mesh analysis. Okay. Next, in your this is all about independent sources, right? In your circuit diagram, you see that all are independent sources. Okay. Next, we will move to the dependent sources. Before that, let me ask, what is the difference between independent and dependent sources? Anybody can answer. Who will answer? Kailas, what is the difference between dependent and independent sources? Kailas is there. You can unmute your mic. Kailas? Kailas is there. Okay, Kailas, you can you say dependent and independent sources, Kailas? Kailas, can I unmute your mic? What is independent and dependent sources? Up to this point, we have done the problems with independent sources. And the next session will be going to deal with dependent sources. Kailas, unmute your mic. Kailas is there? Are you absent? Kailas, you are simply putting the meet on and you are leaving the meet. Okay? Kailas, so Kailas is absent in this hour. Okay? The next time. Anugrah.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Anugrah, you unmute.
Yes, ma'am.
If you don't know the answer, you can simply say I don't. Kailas, difference between dependent and independent sources. Oh, anything? Okay, so okay. What is the difference between independent and dependent now? Yes. Value does not depend. Next is sources. Dependent sources means that voltage or current in the circuit. Circuit other circuit or circuit components. Okay, that's difference between independent and dependent. That means dependent source will depend upon the voltage or current in other part of the circuit. It may depend upon the voltage or the some circuit or current through the resistor. Sometimes it may depend upon across a capacitor. Sometimes the source value depends upon the voltage across a inductor. Like that, it may depends upon certain values of voltage or current across any part or through any part of the circuit. So that is the difference between dependent and independent source. So now we will do the mesh analysis of circuit that contains dependent sources. Okay, so let us do a problem. There is some difference between the problems. Okay, let us write the problem. You can take down. Wait. Of circuit containing by the heading as mesh analysis circuit containing dependent sources. Mesh analysis of circuit containing dependent sources. So first problem is use mesh analysis to find Vx in the circuit shown below. Use mesh analysis to find Vx in the circuit shown below. Use mesh analysis to find Vx in the circuit shown below. Okay, you can draw this circuit. Okay, first you draw this circuit. There is a 30 volt source. Its sign is minus plus. Then a resistance and the voltage value across the resistance is Vx. Its sign is plus minus. And the resistance value is 16.67. Resistance value is 16.67. And then there is another resistance that is 33.33. And there is a current source 0.45 ampere. Next is a 25 ohm. Next 10 volt. Then another source that is 2 Vx. You have to mark the polarity which is given in the circuit diagram. So you should take care in marking the polarities. Okay. It has got very important. It is very important. Okay. So I think you finished drawing the circuit diagram. So next we will go to the solution part. First, what is the question? First of all, you should understand the question. Use mesh analysis to find Vx in the circuit. Okay. First of all, you should notice where is Vx. So in the question itself, Vx is marked. Okay. You can see leftmost part of the circuit after 30 volt there is a Vx. Okay. So Vx means there is a resistance. So the voltage drop across that resistance is marked as Vx. Okay. The voltage drop across that resistance 16.67 is marked as Vx. Okay. First you got that idea. So it is the voltage drop across 16.67. So next, so you are asked to find the value Vx in the circuit. Okay, Vx, you have to find out Vx. Okay, so you are also asked to use mesh analysis.
Ma'am, screen കാണുന്നില്ല.
Okay. ഇപ്പൊ കാണുന്നുണ്ടോ? Are you able to see now? Tell me. Unmute your mic. Are you able to see now the screen?
Yes.
Hello.
കാണുന്നുണ്ട്.
Okay. So have you drawn the circuit diagram? Question. First you write the question. So write the question. Write the question. Write the question. Write the question. Hello. So let me explain the problem. So first, how can you proceed? First, you have to use mesh analysis. Okay. So first, what you have to do is you have to mark the mesh currents. Okay. How many meshes in this circuit? How many meshes in this circuit? Please respond. How many meshes in this circuit? How many meshes in this circuit? Ashwant.
3.
3 meshes. Okay. You can mark the mesh current. I am considering this mesh as the first mesh, and this is the second mesh, and this is the third mesh. So let me mark the mesh currents. This is first mesh. I have marked it as 1. This is second mesh, and this is third mesh. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So I have marked the numbers. Okay. So the mesh current through the first mesh is I1. Mesh current through the second mesh is I2. Mesh current through the third mesh is I3. So you have to redraw the circuit diagram by marking the mesh current. So for the solution part, you have to assume the mesh numbers, and then you have to mark mesh currents I1, I2 and I3. Okay. So you have marked the mesh currents. It's okay. Next, you are asked to find Vx. Okay, Vx is the voltage drop across this resistor, and its resistance value is 16.67. But you should notice that actually this loop will contain this 30 volt, this Vx, that value we don't know, and 33.33 ohm resistance, then a 25 ohm and 10 volt. That is this first loop. And in the second loop, you can see there is a 25 ohm resistance. What is this? What is this? Pranav, what is this one? Here it is written as 2Vx. What is this? Pranav, are you there?
Yes.
What is this? What is this component?
Source.
This is a source. Which type of source is this? Independent or dependent source?
Independent.
No, is it independent source? So what is this one? This is also a source. And this is also a source. So which one is independent and which one is dependent? See, these are ordinary sources that we are using in every circuit. So these are independent sources. So this is the representation of an independent source. Okay. This is a representation of a dependent source. So dependent sources are marked like this. Okay. So you can also clear that here. This value is marked as 2Vx. That means 2 into Vx. This source value. Actually, this is a voltage source. Okay. How can you understand it is a voltage source? Here inside this minus plus is written. That means it indicates a voltage source. And that is a dependent source and it is a voltage source. And moreover, its value depends upon Vx. You can notice that 2 into Vx. That means this source value equal to 2 into Vx. What is its meaning? This source value depends upon 2 into voltage across this resistance. Okay, that is its meaning. 2Vx means that this source value, this voltage source value, this dependent voltage source value depends upon the voltage drop across this resistance. Here Vx is given. So Vx is here. Okay, Vx is the voltage drop across this resistance. So this is a dependent voltage source and its value depends upon voltage drop across this 16.67 ohm. That is its meaning. Okay. So first, so you can you should remember that. So this is a circuit and we are using mesh analysis, but it contains dependent source. Then next we can apply mesh current equations. First we are taking first mesh. Okay, first mesh value. See, what is first mesh value? So first mesh equation we can write. You can see. In the first mesh, you can see here, you notice that for simplicity, I am here, this is the circuit diagram. Here I1 is the current flowing this circuit. So first source is, you can proceed like this. So here minus 30 volt. Sometimes you may be writing plus 30 volt, whatever it is. I am writing this way, minus 30 volt, minus 60, minus Vx, minus 33.33 I1, minus 25 into I1 minus 25 into I1 minus I2. Next is minus 10 volt. Minus 25 into I1 minus I2 minus 10 volt equal to 0. So sometimes you may be proceeding like plus 30 volt plus Vx plus 33.33 I1 plus 25 into I1 minus I2 plus 10 equal to 0. That may be your equations. Whatever be the way, the final answer should be this one. That is 58.33 I1 minus 25 I2 minus 33.33 I3 equal to minus 40 minus Vx. See, you can see here that we are, in the case of mesh analysis, we are applying KVL, right? But here you can see that I am simply writing Vx. What is KVL? Means the voltage drop across this source, voltage drop across this resistance, voltage drop across this resistance, voltage drop across this resistance, and voltage drop across this resistance. All these voltage drops we will be adding. Okay. Here 30 volt itself is a source, so I am simply writing plus 30 volt. And but here the voltage value is given as Vx. That is why I am simply writing minus Vx here. Okay. Minus Vx, and 33.33 is the resistance value and the current through it is I1. So I am writing 33.33 into I1. But it is not I1, it is 33.33 I1 minus I3, because 33.33 is the branch between first mesh and third mesh. Okay. So you have to write a 33.33 into I1 minus I3. I forgot to tell in the first step. So you have to consider first mesh current and third mesh current. Okay. 33.33 into I1 minus I3. Similarly, 25 into I1 minus I2, and next is 10 volt. Okay, you can use your notations on the by the way you have studied in the previous semester. So the final equations will be 58.33 I1 minus 25 I2 minus 33.I3 equal to minus 40 minus Vx. Here I am including Vx, or else you can consider 16.67 into I1, but it is better to use Vx, because you are asked to find out this Vx value. So in order to include this Vx value in the equation, you have to write it like this. Okay. And sometimes you may be writing 16.67 into I1, that is equal to Vx. Okay. So this is the first mesh equation. Next, second mesh. Here there is a second mesh. You have to write the equations in the second mesh. Okay. Similar way you can write the equations. First is there is a voltage source. I am writing in my manner, that is plus 10 minus 25 into I2 minus I1 plus 2 into Vx equal to 0. You can write it as minus 10 plus 25 into I2 minus I1 minus 2 Vx equal to 0. That may be minus I1 into plus 2 Vx equal to 0. You can multiply terms inside the brackets. So you will be getting the equation is 25 I1 minus 25 I2 equal to minus 10 minus 2 Vx. Okay. So equation 1 and 2 are the final equations. So you should get the same equations. Okay. So that is the thing. I think you are getting the same equations. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay. Everyone getting this equation? See, is it? You can see here. This is first equation and the second equation. Ensure that you are getting the same equation. If you are not getting it, ask me. Okay, I think you have got the question. Kitile. Hello? Fatima Nada?
Yes.
Are you getting this equation? You got the equation, Fatima Nada. Equation 1 and equation 2. Yes or no? Say yes or no. Okay, so two mesh equations, we have written the equations. Next, what is the third mesh? Third mesh is shown here. Okay, so you can see it is a simple mesh, right? What is the component 33 ohm, 33.33 ohm? There is a current source. So you can simply write in that equation. Actually, we are writing the KVL equation in that there is no other terms. So here I3 is given. Mesh current is I3. And there is no other terms, so you can write I3 is equal to 0.45 I1. Sorry, 0.45 I3 equal to, from the third mesh you can see, I'm zooming it out. So this is I3, so this is the mesh. So this is the mesh current, you can see here that in that mesh, it contains 0.45 ampere source. That means since it is a source, and you can simply write the equation as I. You can write it, okay? Similarly, here you got that equation. Similarly, you can write another equation Vx. Vx is the voltage drop across the 16.67. So you can write here, you see before that, ID value 0.45 ampere. So you can simply write 0.45 ampere equals I1, I2 and Vx. Similarly, here also second equation is written. So it's also I1. When you are putting I3 equal to 0.45 ampere, that is obtained from the third mesh. The first equation will be reducing to I1, I2 and Vx terms alone, because I3 we already substituted with 0.45 ampere. So you will get the first equation having variables I1, I2 and Vx. And the second equation having variables I1, I2 and Vx. But you need three equations to solve three unknowns. So you need one more. How will you get that one more equation? So Vx here is resistance 16.67. Okay, so voltage will be equal to voltage drop equal to resistance into current. What is the current flowing through this 16.67? That is I1. So you can simply write Vx equal to 16.67 into I1. Okay, so now you got to Vx in terms of I1. Okay, now you have two equations, and in that Vx you can substitute it with this fourth equation. So you can substitute fourth equation in equation 1 and equation 2. Okay. So you will be getting another equations. That all are simple substitutions. So 58.33 I1 minus 25 I2 minus 33.33 I3. Instead of I3, you can substitute this value 0.45 ampere equal to minus 14. Instead of Vx, you can substitute this value 16.67 into I1. Okay. Substitute it. and find the final equation. So when you are substituting it, you will get the final equation like this: 75y1 minus 25y2 equal to minus 25. Okay, substitute the values. So you do it. Okay, you got it? You simply substitute and say your equation. What equations you are getting? Anashwar? Anashwar is there? Anashwar is there? Yes or
Yes,
no,
ma'am.
Anashwar? You got the answer? What is your equation after substitution? Tell me. Equation. Okay. After doing it, tell me what equation you are getting. Nikhil Das. Nikhil Das. Nikhil Das. Are you there, Nikhil Das?
Yes, ma'am.
You got the equation after substitution?
ചെയ്യുന്ന മിസ്.
Okay. Neha Sharon. Neha. Neha.
Yes, ma'am.
You got the answer? What is the first equation? First
Let's
and
say,
second, I got it. And I told you to substitute the value for Vx. So after, okay. So Anashwar, I think you have finished it. Anashwar, you have finished it. Tell me the answer. Sure. Reach. Anashwar. Anashwar is
Yes,
there?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
The time is going to finish. Up to what point, up to what step you reach? Tell me the equation you got. You are simply substituting Vx in this first equation and the second equation. So can you, after substitution, equation 1 will be modified into, tell me what answer you are getting. Tell me your answer. Equation 1 will be modified into?
It's 13i minus 25i2.
No, no, it is 75i1 minus 25i2 equal to minus 25.
75i1.
Minus 25i2 equal to minus 25. That is equation 1 will be modified to this equation.
ചെയ്യുമായിരുന്നു.
Okay. You do it your own way. So it will be taking some time for writing the equations. It's okay. You take your time. Once again, listen here. Our hour is going to finish. Before that, you have to finish it from home. See, first equation will be modified to this value, 75I1 minus 25I2 equal to minus 25. Next, there is another equation, second equation. Okay, that is plus 25I1 minus 25I2 equal to minus 10 minus 2Vx. Here also, you have to substitute the value of Vx. Okay, so you will be getting another equation. So that will be the sixth equation. You can see here, these all are simple tips. You have to finish it from home. So this is when substituting Vx value, you will be getting another equation that you can number it as sixth equation. That is 68.34I1 minus 25I2 equal to minus 10. Okay, you just simply note it there. Then you can verify whether you are getting the correct answer or not. Simply note this value, note this equation. 58.34I1 minus 25I2 equal to minus 10. Okay. Next. So now you are having two equations, having two unknowns, that is I1 and I2. So you can simply solve these two equations and you will get the I1 and I2 value. But what you are asked to find out is, you are asked to find out the value of Vx. Okay. So Vx equal to 16.67 I1. So when you are getting the I1 value, here also one thing you should remember, that you need to find only I1 value. Okay. When you are solving two equations for two unknowns, here you need only one value, that is I1 you need. So you can simply find the value of I1, and the I1 value is equal to 0.9003 ampere. You can note this value also, then only you can verify it. I1 value equal to 0.9003 ampere. So Vx value will be equal to 16.67 I1. So I1 substitute, you will get Vx value. Okay. So this is the way you are going to do this problem. You are going to do this problem. Okay. You can finish it from the home. So up to this point, you have two homework, and I will be checking this two homework on Monday. So try to complete it. Okay. So the final answer of Vx equal to 15.008 volt. You note that value. Vx equal to 15.008 volt.